Joko Santolaya. I'm a psychologist and I will talk to you about rape victims. Rape victims may experience severe psychological effects. This depends upon several factors, such as self-esteem, social support, which includes friends and family, life cycle stage. For example, if it's a younger person or an older person, and the maturity level, and the way he or she is treated as a victim. Now, there still exists in our society ignorance towards the rape victim, causing for many of them an additional stress. Rape victims might feel ashamed, and they might go into silence. They can't be around members of the opposite sex because they don't trust them anymore. And they might become shy, nervous, and lose their trust, even if they were outgoing in the first place. 60% of sexual assaults are not reported to the police. You might ask yourself why. Well, it's humiliating. It takes a lot to go through a court and relive everything. You just want to get on with his or her life and forget about the experience. There is also a fear of not being believed, either by the society, by their friends and family, not having support, or even that they will come out and tell it and that their victimizer is not prosecuted. Now, a rape victim might also feel very unsafe. For example, they can't sleep at night and they're looking behind their backs all the time. 44% of victims are under age 18. That means that they have no way of self-defense, no way of fighting back, no strength, nothing. Every 2 minutes, someone is sexually assaulted in the US. Now, this is very shocking, but there might be better ways to get rid of these statistics and to prevent it. How many rapists are actually prosecuted? 15 of 16 rapists will never spend a day in jail. Now, this is very shocking. It just seems that our courts and our system is just not justice anymore. The worst part is that victims know they're rapists. 38% of victims know they're rapists before the crime is committed. Now, for this reason, our organization strives to raise awareness. It's important that young students and other young people have the information in order to better interact. Now, we plan to go to high schools to raise awareness, even to middle schools and elementary schools. Yes, they do give speeches, but it's not enough information. They say don't get into strangers' cars, but there should be more information on what inappropriate touching is. If somebody tries to hold you and they're a complete stranger, if they try to get you to go with them, this is something that children don't know. Now, for the teen boundaries. A lot of teens, they use provocative clothing, they start flirting, they start touching. They're in that age where they're starting to understand their sexuality. Now, they need to understand what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. They need to have help for when they're being harassed. They will feel uncomfortable when they do, and they need to know boundaries. For example, young men in high school need to be aware of boundaries, like respect when a woman says no, and know that it's not a game, that you're actually harming another human being. Now, when this does happen, when rape does happen, there's a big loss of faith in society and in order. For this reason, our organization is trying to give them a strong community support with other rape victims that may act as advisors to them, to help them with their experiences and to help them develop through this horrible stage. Also, we are trying to give them a way to feel safe again by giving them different contacts that they can rely on with their experience.